I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Lewis Hamilton gets his first win in the season. I think his first win since 2021. About 3 freaking years since Lewis Hamilton got his last one, which is absolutely absurd when you hear about the greatest driver of all time. In a lot of people's eyes, Lewis Hamilton finally gets his first win. And what a race this was. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This was a hell of a race. I wish I freaking went live for this race. We should have been live for this race. We should have been live for this race. Absolutely insane race. Where to start? Where to even start? But we had to go back to qualifying. Go back talk about qualifying. Obviously, Mercedes for the last 2 weeks have been very, very good. Starts with qualifying. But this week at Silverstone, it was a British combo. Russell, Hamilton, and Lando getting top two spots from qualies, with Mercedes getting the top two spots. Now, Mercedes, George Russell won at Austria, Lewis Hamilton won at Silverstone. And speaking about Lewis Hamilton again, I think he ties Michael Schumacher with the most wins at Silverstone with 8. I would love to see Lewis break it because since he is from Britain as well, I would love to see Lewis break that record. Like, you own that record, big dog. Like, you go get that record. But very, very good qualifying from yesterday. And it led to a great race today. Now, there's a lot of stuff that went on in this race that I need to talk to you guys about, touch on it with you guys. First thing first, like I said, the battle for first. Now, Lewis, Verstappen, Lando, and Oscar, and George Russell are all in the mix for that P1 spot. Now, bad thing is George Russell did unfortunately have like a water pressure issue and couldn't finish the race, which kind of sucked because George Russell was actually having a solid race. But you could kind of tell that he was starting to like something's going on with his car. Now, like the rain was starting to come down and stuff like that, but he kind of knew something was going on with his car. Now, out of nowhere, he had to retire. I'm just like, yo, like, what the hell, bro? Like, what do you mean you have to retire? But obviously, he had to retire because of like a water pressure issue, and then he couldn't finish the race, which really, really sucked because George Russell had a P5 spot unlocked. Probably had a chance to potentially win it, maybe, or even get podium, but fortunately, that wasn't the day for George Russell. Um, Max Verstappen try. He tried. He tried. He tried. Um, Battling with the McLarens, battling with Lewis Hamilton. Land Verstappen had chances. He just didn't seem like he was really going to like get it this week. Um, but gotta give big credit to the McLarens for Lando and Piastri both battled asses off. Obviously, like I said towards the end, Max did take that second spot from Lando, but it wasn't like all the way convincing. I thought McLaren was very, very good today, especially Lando. I thought both cars were very, very good today, but just wasn't enough to get that done. Now, next part is about the race. Now, I'm sorry, it's about the rain. The rain was a interesting choice. Obviously, it ran for like a few laps. A lot of cars went into intermediates. It actually had some pretty good racing as well, as we saw in that. Then after the rain, it kind of was like, okay, it's time to battle. Now, some drivers, I think like Lewis and others, weren't really trying to change the tires because there was still some like dry spots on the track. It wasn't completely wet, but I tell you, man, I tell you, that was absolutely great. That was absolutely great. Carlos Sainz finished P5 above Charles Leclerc. Leclerc just didn't really have it today. I didn't really peep Leclerc. I know he was kind of in the back, but shout out to Carlos Sainz. My dog Nico Hulkenberg, man. Now, obviously, Nico Hulkenberg is leaving Haas, going to Sauber, and he did his thing today. P6 points again for Nico Hulkenberg. That's needed. That was a very, very good to see Haas. You know, we all clown Haas a lot. We all make fun of Haas a lot, but to see Nico Hulkenberg coming in P6 was very, very good to see. Aston Martin's coming in at P7 and P8. Decent, solid race. I said about Lance Stroll, he will sneak inside, get you a top 10 finish with no disasters. Like, he's capable of doing that. It's just when Lance Stroll is bad, he's bad. He is bad. Albon finished P9. Didn't peep that. It's very, very good to see. Logan Sargent finished P11. So close from getting his first points in the season. Yuki Tsunoda finished P10. Oh, I did not know that. I did see that Williams was like hovering around the top 10. But I actually didn't know they finished like that. As you see here, Checo Perez, bro. What? Oh my gosh, man. Now, I've seen some people talking about, like, ever since he got like his new contract renewal, he's been on some like weird, like not great like performances. Could they still cut him after a season? Like, could Checo still like? But I know they just gave him a new contract, so I doubt you can do that. But Checo, man, he needs to get right. Needs to get right. Obviously, Lewis very much held his emotions in his first win since 2021. That's a long time, especially for like Lewis standards. He's used to winning and stuff like that, and to not get a win since 2021 and you get at Silverstone, out of all the places to get it at Silverstone to get your first win since then, that's big time, man. That's absolutely big time. Very, very good race from Lewis Hamilton. I'm trying to remember what else happened in the race, because it was one more thing I wanted to talk to you guys about. The battles, man. The battles. You guys don't know in the comments down below. You guys talk about the race as well. I'll give it a 5-star race. These last two races, Austria and Great Britain, have been absolutely amazing. This is what F1 is about. My nose is itchy. This is what F1 is about. Competing, battling, racing. This is what I loved about F1. All the videos and stuff we watched, learned about, read about. This is what F1 is about, man. Competing. And it showed that today, man. Absolutely showed that today. Now, the pit stop from Lando Norris towards the end, I think he kind of got held up a bit, and it kind of allowed Lewis Hamilton to get those last 10, 12 laps under his wing and to close it out. Now, it was close leaving the pits, but that extra second or so, like 0.3, 0.4, whatever seconds Lando had in the pits, hurted him. And you could say it kind of cost him the win. But Lewis did what Lewis needed to do, man. He snuck in and got the win. And outside of that, a very, very good race. And I've wanted to see Lewis win for so long. I know he's not my favorite driver. I love Lewis Hamilton, big fan of his. He's not my favorite driver, obviously it's Charles Leclerc, but obviously Lewis Hamilton is the only minority. And F1, we both share the same skin color, both black. To see Lewis Hamilton win it and just to see the emotion on his face afterwards, simply amazing. And he obviously is going to be leaving Mercedes after this year to go to Ferrari to join Charles Leclerc. Now it's going to be a hell of a duo. I think it's still crazy that you leave Mercedes to go to Ferrari. Like, I know everybody knows that, but like still like a tad bit quiet about that. But to see Lewis Hamilton get this win, and maybe his only win on the season, but the last two races have been Mercedes. Obviously, we had Carlos Sainz win. We had Lando Norris win. Verstappen hasn't won in 2 races. And I remember at the start of the season, I was saying Verstappen is going to win with every race. I just had a feeling. And it kind of was like that early on. But to see the parity, these last few races, even go back to Monaco, Miami, stuff like that. But specifically Monaco, when Leclerc won it, man, absolutely amazing. But this race was probably one of the top races we've had this season. You guys let me know if I'm just absolutely just crazy about that. You guys let me know, guys, thoughts about the race in the comments down below. I'll see you guys again. Peace.